building Legos. Let's do it.
We're a little loopy. I'm just going to say that because we just recorded like 4 videos and may have forgotten how to talk by the end of it.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about anything anymore. Except Lego. I know how to watch you build Lego, and I know how to put stickers on things.
I need the simplicity of instructions and little plastic pieces to bring me back down.
And we managed to get the camera a little bit closer, so hopefully you can see what we've done so far a little bit better. So, how is everyone doing on this lovely Thursday evening or morning or night time, wherever it is that you are? Daniel S., thank you. He says camera placement is much better. Yeah, we were stretching it pretty thin, but we ordered a USB extender.
Right now we're using like a USB hub as a temporary extender, but it's doing the trick. Next week it could be even closer.
Yes. What are we building?
Looks like more engines.
More engines.
Yeah.
Cool.
I had something to say and I forgot.
Oh, Ken just started streaming on Twitch.
Ken. Ugh.
What's he doing?
Give him some.
Oh, he's just talking. Because he does the Lego builds on like Sundays, I think.
Yeah. Still, how dare he? That's like everyone's just streaming all the time because what else can we do right now?
Yeah. Daniel also said, this stream will be a nice change of pace from that tense Malicos stream.
That's what I was going to say.
Oh, boy.
I'm looking forward to just relaxing because, like, I love getting all tensed up like that, but I also hate it. Like, I was glad it was over, but...
Y'all, I could not watch Tuesday's stream. Like, it took him over 2 hours to beat Malicos and Fallen Order, and after like the first hour I was like, I can't watch this anymore. It's stressing me out. But
you were stressed.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was like, how do you just keep going? I would have given up after.
I refuse to let a computer beat me. That's my downfall, is like when I'm playing Super Meat Boy or something, I'm like, I know this is possible. And that's also what I think the mark of a good difficult game. It's like
that's true.
I know that I can beat Malicos. Like, it's just I have to do a lot right in a row and not mess up. It's just very punishing, but I know I can do it. That's what keeps me going.
Yeah, that is true to say about the difficulty of Grandmasters. That what it's called?
Uh-huh.
The Grandmaster difficulty is definitely up there. So good job, game creators, on that one. Although that one time when Marin just totally missed her mark, I was like,
I need to find
that shouldn't have happened.
I want to go back through that and cut down every time I died in my reaction. And I also want to include that. Just be like, you completely whiffed. You would have saved me.
Yep.
Marin. Thought we had something.
Oh yeah, we got some news today. We're getting another audio drama about Dr. Aphra, which is exciting.
Yes. That's what, 2 bits of news in 2 days. So the Vanity Fair article about a new Disney Plus series coming from the co-creator of Russian Doll, which is a very cool show.
Mm-hmm.
That was one of those things where I was like, I didn't know anything about it. Molly was like, let's watch this. And I thought it was very creative.
I think
I
watched the first 1 or 2 episodes. And
that's usually how it goes with us.
I'll watch the first 1 or 2 episodes of just about anything, and then I'll decide whether or not I think he'll like it. And you did like it.
I did.
So, yeah, I've seen a couple of interviews of her, and I'm excited for what she has in store. But yeah, audio dying. Can you guys hear us? Yeah? Yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
I can turn it up more if I need to. I think it's just that, like, when we talk...
it says there's a lot of hiss.
Okay.
It could be the dryer.
It's also, like, we have to run an extension from this over to the computer.
There's just some faint white noise.
No, sorry about that. We're working on a better streaming setup for this area.
Can we turn this mic up? Or is that going to make it worse?
That'll make the hiss worse, too.
Let us know if it's, like, unbearable.
Yeah, like, we usually stream from over there, where my computer is, and we have, like, microphones right in front of us, but we're running, like, a bunch of extension cables from the computer to here. Hopefully we can figure that out in the future. Maybe get a table USB mic that works a little better.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Russian doll news is cool. I really liked her answer to a question about, like, what's your favorite Star Wars movie? And she was just like, I think some people would see it as a cop-out, but she's just like, I just love the universe, and it's all Star Wars to me. And I'm like, I mean, I definitely have my favorite movies and the ones that speak to me more, but ultimately I just love the universe, and that's why I'm like, even if a movie or a book comes out that I'm like, well, that wasn't for me, it's still just like, I love lightsabers and the Force and the Jedi, and
yeah.
I just love Star Wars, man.
I mean, it's all about the same family, basically, except for, I guess, Rogue One and Solo, but...
Although I'm ready to get away from that family, but...
That family just caused so much drama for the galaxy.
Share some drama for the other families,
for
guys.
So long. We like this camera angle more. Good, yeah. I was like, we gotta get in closer so you can actually see the Lego stuff.
But the Afra thing. So that was the news today, which of course I'm excited about. I love the character of Afra. But I think it's really interesting that they are officially, like, going to cast someone to play this character, especially when there have been rumors about a series, an animated series. So it's like, okay, when we hear the cast list for this book, maybe we'll see who's gonna play Afra in the show. Assume if that's true.
I mean, I would expect some big names for whoever's doing the voices if that's the case.
I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, I would love some live action Afra stuff. But so as far as audio dramas, we've just had Dooku Jedi Lost so far.
I think that's the only one Star Wars has done that was like a full cast. So yeah, this is the second in that line.
Yeah.
And I mean, Dooku Jedi Lost, as far as I know, did very well and was received very well, so I think they're probably gonna keep doing stuff like that.
Yeah. I really liked Dooku Jedi Lost as an audio drama, but like a lot of other people, I also would have preferred a hard copy, which kind of defeats the purpose of calling it an audio drama. But I mean, I always listen to the audiobooks anyways, but I like to listen to the audiobook and read at the same time, like a physical copy.
That might help, I don't know.
What'd you do?
We had both mics active when only one needed to be active, so maybe that helped. I don't know.
No. Yeah. So it may start thunderstorming in the middle of the stream because we're in the south, we live in Georgia, and apparently we're getting a bunch of storms.
Tornado warnings and all that, so...
Well, I don't think we're in a tornado warning.
Didn't one of our friends just say they sent us something that said there was a tornado warning?
Erin did, but she's a parent. She's overreacting. The Dark Jedi, thank you for the super chat. no spoilers, but holy crap, you did an amazing job during that match, bro. Now you just gotta get yourself in a better faction. Ooh.
Aw.
I mean, we like the rock stars. We don't have anything to really compare it to, but this is Schmodown talk for anyone that doesn't know what we're talking about. But the Schmodown has started to do these exhibition matches that are, I believe, going to just be for their patrons only.
At least for now. I don't know if they have, like, most content comes out for patrons first and then eventually becomes public. They're calling it the patrons Patreon exhibition match because of everything that's happening. So, like, I've done 3 matches now in a row from Atlanta, which is great.
Yeah.
But yeah, the first one went live yesterday. It was me versus the 3 other champions in the entire league. And people weren't expecting a whole lot from me, I don't think, because I'm just the Star Wars guy. But I am happy with...
No spoilers.
I'm just saying I'm happy with how I performed. I think I surprised a lot of people.
Yeah.
I know things.
I know what things are. But yeah, if you guys watch the Schmodown, if you're... I don't know what level patron you have to be able to see it right now, but...
I believe the $10 and up, but it's going to unlock for all of the patrons, I think.
Okay, yeah. Check them out. The soon-to-come exhibition matches that they're going to be doing are really exciting. So
yeah, that was the first one, and I did one other one so far for Lord of the Rings, which I think you guys were helping me study for last week. People were sending Middle-earth questions in.
Yeah.
But that match is also come and gone. But I don't know when that one comes out.
My nose keeps itching. Ah. No, I don't want to update iTunes.
You still have iTunes?
Yeah.
Why?
Well, don't we need it for the iPhone?
When's the last time you plugged your iPhone into your computer?
When I got the new one and I lost everything because I did it wrong.
Fair enough. I'm pretty sure they're shutting iTunes down, though, if they haven't already.
When we upgraded our iPhones, I did something and I lost everything and I was freaking out, and yeah, we don't use iTunes, but my computer is constantly suggesting that I update it. So yeah, how are you guys holding up still in the quarantine? We our governor down here in Georgia has decided to open back up some places.
It's like the last thing I want to think about.
Starting tomorrow, Governor Kemp, even against what Trump said, Governor Kemp is like, we're going to open up some hair salons, some bowling alleys. Yeah. And pretty much everyone is like, this is a bad idea. But we're staying in quarantine for now. My YouTube watch time has gone up a load during lockdown. I've been watching a lot of live streams, especially on Twitch.
That's it. Everyone's been live streaming, so.
Yeah. We bring it up every time, but the Dad's Garage Twitch channel, if I'm not playing Animal Crossing and I'm not doing channel related stuff, I'm watching their Twitch streams because they're so funny. And this weekend they're doing old Invasion Christmas Carol shows.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just in the zone. I'm building.
He's just in it.
I'm back. I'm back in
it to win it. Someone keeps mentioning Peru. He's been to Peru.
Yep. I went to Peru in 2004. Lovely country. Cusco is one of the coolest cities I've ever been in.
I would love to go.
Yeah, Cusco that square, I don't know. I remember the first time I saw it vividly, and it's a cool place. Machu Picchu, also very cool.
Last one standing. Thank you so much for the super chat. For the original script of Star Wars, did R2 speak? Also, quarantine's a pain. My depression's been all over the place. I feel you on that one.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, it's hard enough, but then when you mix in mental health, depression, anxiety, it's tough. It's really tough. Original script R2D2.
I feel like that was true. I think he did have lines in the original script, and they changed it to the adorable beeping that we know and love, but I'm not positive.
Would it have been Kenny Baker?
No, like this would have been in the draft of the script, not the actually filmed version.
Oh, okay.
I think. I seem to remember hearing that before, though.
I feel like there were so many things changed about the script of Star Wars from like its first, George Lucas's first ideas. I mean, Luke was going to be a girl. Chewbacca was going to look more like Lasat.
Han was going to be a big green monster.
Yeah.
Not monster. I shouldn't say that. Alien.
They're not all monsters.
He looked like an orc or something.
An orc. Ugh. Let me get the chat out here. Daniel S. says, and 3PO spoke like a used car salesman.
That's what I always remembered. I always remembered that from the plan was to have him have a wildly different voice, but by the time they finished filming, they just couldn't get Anthony Daniels' voice out of their head, so they were like, all right, come back and do the lines.
Yeah. And now he's been in every Star Wars. Yes, thank you, Hilo. Hilo is always roaming around during these live streams, and he's got a Kong with some stuff in it down there, so hopefully that keeps him busy. Oh, I hear the ring.
Yep, it's beginning. Is this an escape pod? No. Maybe? Oh.
Is the camera low enough to see the little minifigs? I think it is.
I can't tell. Everything's blocking my view.
Who else is building Lego sets? I feel like a lot of people that I've talked to are spending time building Lego sets, but then also talking about how they don't have space to put them anywhere.
I've got that the ship in a bottle set that I really want to build, but I'm
I want to build that
saving
too.
it for I don't know what I'm saving it for, but for something.
I can show you guys bless you.
Thank you.
I can show you guys what we have coming next after this build. BRB.
People have been doing jigsaw puzzles. That makes sense. They're basically Legos. Oh, someone built the Mandalorian ATST last night.
We got a little Porg action. How do I get back? There's cables everywhere. Oh, yeah, we've been building a lot of Lego and basically wearing sweatpants all the time.
Well, that was true already.
Yes. Blashin X, thank you for the super chat. They say, huge fan, glad to see you guys safe during quarantine. What are your thoughts on the new UCS A-Wing?
Speaking of Lego.
Yeah. I think it looks really dope. I have heard...
That's my word.
Oh. I can say dope, too. Alright, it looks awesome. I've heard some people say that it doesn't look worth the price or worth the UCS title, but I think it looks pretty cool.
I think it looks good.
We're most definitely gonna get it and build it.
It's a smaller ship. I mean,
yeah. But I like the colors on it, and
although I will say I don't know how much it is. I haven't looked at that yet, so maybe I'll have a similar reaction.
Yeah. We don't just blindly spend money on Lego, but
I did get the Stormtrooper and Boba Fett helmets. Those are gonna come, and after the Porg, we can do those. They're smaller sets, so we can probably build both of those. Maybe you could build one and I'll build one and we'll race.
I will lose. Cause when I build Lego, I have to see what pieces are gonna be used on that page, and I have to sort them out in their own little piles, and I don't know. It would take me forever. Not that I've never built Lego. I've helped him build stuff. I don't know what Hilo is barking at. But Ryman 6000, thank you for the super chat. I saw you guys at Star Wars Celebration Chicago, but I was too shy to say hi.
Aww.
To you guys. Love your guys' dedication to Star Wars. Thank you.
I'm sorry you shouldn't feel shy to say hello to us.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel similarly when I run into people that I want to say hi to, and I'm like, oh, I don't want to come off like a weirdo, but you won't.
Right.
You won't. I promise.
I mean, that's part of the whole reason why we went. We were just we want to go and walk the floor and talk to people and see people in person, in the flesh.
Yeah.
It was really cool to put faces to Twitter handles.
Yeah.
I would say names, but I still have a hard time remembering people's names, but I remember Twitter handles.
Well, we see those a lot more often.
Yes. Laundry's done, yeah. Shout out to our dryer that sings a little song when it's finished drying our clothes.
Our sweatpants are all dirty.
Yeah, right now all the laundry that I'm doing is our stretchy pants and our workout out clothes, and that's about it. Socks. Yeah. I saw somewhere up that they needed a haircut. Maybe they were saying that you needed a haircut.
Oh, I do.
I'm gonna cut your hair.
We don't have any other choice.
I'm gonna cut his hair, and you guys let us know if you want us to record that or stream that. Maybe. That might be fun. Although...
Well, you'd want to let everyone decide my haircut, and I don't want to do that.
No.
Don't act like you haven't thought about it.
I've never used hair clippers before, but I don't know, on the 2 and 3 level guard, you can't mess up too bad.
Okay.
Also, one of my best friends cuts my hair, and I can just call her up or FaceTime her and be like, walk me through this. Bikey, I believe that's how you say that. Bikey, thank you for the super chat. Are you still riding high after beating Malicos?
Yeah, I mean, that felt like that was the most I'd accomplished in a while. It's like being stuck inside, not being able to go out and do things. It's just I don't know, you feel stuck, and then Malicos comes along and you fight him for 2 hours, and yeah, I felt good. I felt good after I beat him.
I remember that day we both woke up kind of in a funk, and we talked about it when we were walking the dog, and then after you streamed and spent all that time and effort beating, and then ended up beating him, spirits were high afterwards.
They didn't seem high when I was playing, but it was a good time. I like those kinds of bosses.
Yeah. Cheers, everyone. Alex decided against his normal White Claw.
I didn't do White Claw last week either.
Oh, you didn't?
No.
Alright.
I can mix it up.
You have layers. Oh my god, I need glasses. Every time I have to read a super chat, I'm like, ugh. Garfu00, thank you for the super chat. What happened to, I believe that was auto-corrected, but maybe Satine's body after she died in the Clone Wars?
I don't know.
They probably, like, gave her whatever kind of Mandalorian burial is.
I don't know. She wasn't killed by people who liked her all that much. No idea, but...
What are those things called? The fire...
A funeral pyre?
Yeah, maybe they did a funeral pyre? I don't know.
I mean... I don't know. I don't really want to think about that, because Maul is the one that... Well, he got captured shortly after. And then it's like, I guess Death Watch had control. Hopefully they showed her some respect.
Hmm.
I guess it's unclear as to like exactly what happened after Maul was captured. Like, I don't know if Death Watch stuck around. Maybe I'll assume that she got a proper kind of burial.
Yeah. We haven't gotten there in our rewatch yet, so that part is rusty in my mind. Tomorrow is the, what is it, second out of the last 4 episodes?
Yep.
So.
Which everyone that's seen it says it's really good. Which isn't surprising, but...
Yeah. I feel like if you're a person who is allowed to see something like that early, they're not going to be like, oh, this was garbage. Hi, Hilo. Watch the cables in the tripod. Oh, good. Hi. Hey, buddy. Oh, you want to say hi? You want to say hi to the camera? Here he is.
Daniel S. says about that recent clip from the new episode, why do you think it matters to Maul that Jesse is an older clone? Maybe he's looking for information about Kenobi. So, like, someone that's been around Obi-Wan for a while.
Okay.
That's a good question. I would guess it has to do with information and just wanting to get the most out of it, but even like a younger clone, how young could they have been? They'd still be around for the Clone Wars.
Maybe something about the older clones and their inhibitor chips, like, it's an older model chip, or maybe it starts to become unstable.
That would be interesting if it were chip related. I like that thought. Maybe the newer clones. I don't know why they would stop doing the chips for younger clones, but but Maul definitely knows about the plan.
Oh, Hilo. He's crawling around the cables.
He's all right.
Darth Carradress, thank you for the super chat. I'm drunk. But seriously, I've supported the channel for years in spirit. Wink. Thank you so much for being so real and being the Star Wars fans I hope to meet in my life someday. Thank you. That means a lot for supporting the channel in any way, just watching or giving super chats or both. And cheers to you.
Yeah, we're on our way.
What else is there to do?
But yeah, thank you for all of your support, both emotional and financial. I mean, part of the reason we're doing these streams is because, like, things are so weird on YouTube right now that it's like, it's better to hang out, do a stream, and talk to you guys.
Well, it's like one of our buddies does videos about like YouTube related things.
Roberto Blake.
Check out Roberto Blake's channel if you are interested in starting a channel of your own or have a small channel and you want to grow it.
But keep talking. I was just getting you ready.
Which way?
Right there on the bottom.
Oh, just across the bottom.
Right here.
Okay. Yeah, there's something about like just advertisers right now are being really weird about YouTubers.
Well, it's because like the economy, like no one's going out and buying things, so there's no real There's no real point in There's no real point in advertising if no one's going to go out and buy. So it's like our videos are still getting good views, but it's like we're much more reliant on like our Patreon. So thank you if you're a patron, and our super chats, and thank you for that. And like I always hate bringing up all of this stuff because like even watching and liking the video, that's still supportive, and we just appreciate all of you being here and joining us as we build this ship.
Yeah, it's basically what's keeping us going, and yeah, it's so cool that so many of you guys want to offer us your support.
Mentally too, like it's just this is a fun way to make our content for the week.
Yeah.
And just to hang out and hear from you guys.
Yeah, and it's nice to be able to talk openly with you guys and not have a script to read off of, or like that's my preferred way of going about things. I don't do script reading very well, but that's what he's for. Garfu00, thank you for the super chat. Favorite Clone Wars character and scenes? That'll be tough for me because like I said, we haven't finished the rewatch, but
I might say Savage Press.
We did watch those recently.
I mean, I won't say that I always really liked him, because my initial reaction to him was like he was some sort of budget Darth Maul, like a cheap replacement since they killed him off in the Phantom Menace. But I thought he was a very compelling character. I love the fact that he is forced into becoming a monster, turned into everything he wasn't before, and then when he dies and like all the dark side magic leaks out of him and he becomes the good person he used to be in his final moments of life. Ugh, that's heartbreaking.
It's just the twist of that knife. Oh. For favorite Clone Wars character, I'm gonna go the predictable route and say Ahsoka.
I mean, sure.
Yeah. She's, being Clone Wars specific, I guess, and I guess Rebels too. Favorite scene?
Probably that duel between Sidious and Maul and Savage. That's probably mine.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't be surprised if these final episodes take a new spot.
What about Count Dooku in his pajamas?
I do love Pajama Dooku.
Pajama Dooku. Classic, and I believe you can play him in that skin on Battlefront 2.
Yes, you can.
Which is an awesome thing to add to that game. Also, what did I just think of? Just had it in my head and now it's gone. Oh, the Nightsisters. I think the Nightsisters are super cool, and Mother Talzin is really cool, and I wish we got more story behind them, and I'm really glad that they included them in Fallen Order.
I wish the Son of Dathomir stuff got animated. Great comic, great story, and I hope I still hope that in the opening narration for this second episode that they do like a quick recap of how Maul got to where he is now.
But if they don't, you've got a video on it.
Yeah, I just personally want to see that stuff actually play out. Like I thought for sure that this arc was gonna open up with a narration of like Darth Maul escapes capture, and like it shows him on the zip line with Rook and Saxon, and just a quick like there's Grievous killing Mother Talzin and all this stuff just happening really fast. That would have been nice to see having read it.
Yeah, definitely.
But I probably would have bet money that that's how it was going to open.
Blashin X, thank you for the super chat. Which character or characters have your favorite sets of Mandalorian armor? Some of the new armor we see in season 7 looks insane. If you guys can hear Hilo barking, sorry about that.
I assume he's barking at the rain and thunder.
Yeah. Favorite Mando armor. I really like Bo-Katan. I like Sabine a lot.
I was going to say Sabine because it's unique. Mm-hmm. We have been laughing about Saxon's armor just because it's so over the top.
Yeah.
Like, look at... I'm definitely with Darth Maul, guys. He's my man.
Yeah.
And I do like his and Rook's, like, yellow visors. I think that's unique. And that's probably mostly just so you can tell who the important ones are.
Yeah, all the new... What are they called? The Mandos that follow Maul.
I think we've been jokingly or people have been jokingly calling them Mauldalorians.
Mauldalorians? Yeah, their armor is really cool and dope, to use your word. I might have to go.
Yeah, maybe go run and check on him. I'll handle chat for it. Hilo's just barking up a storm at the storm. Chris Pacetto, thank you for the super chat. Thank you for what you guys do. You're much appreciated. Well, thanks, Chris. If you have a question, we're happy to answer it. We'll try to keep an eye on the chat for it. Lightmeyer, my favorite clone from the Clone Wars. This one's... Fives has always classically been my favorite. But Echo's really making a run for that spot. I like Echo a lot, especially after the Bad Batch arc. But I don't know, Fives was always my guy, and I don't think Echo's gonna unseat him. But I love that people have these thoughts about the clones. Like, they're all meant to be identical, but everyone's like, who's your favorite of all of these people who are genetically identical? And we get to have these fun conversations like that. Just, I think that mostly speaks to the talent of D. Bradley Baker. I mean, that he can find a way to make all of these clones feel unique. And he has talked about that, how he tried to make them all sound just slightly different. Nadia, thank you for the super chat. You're trying to get into gaming. Do I have any Star Wars video game recommendations, and which console do you suggest? Xbox, PlayStation, or PC? I mostly game on a PC. I have a PlayStation 4, and I have a Switch. I don't have an Xbox. I have a PlayStation for games like Spider-Man, The Last of Us, the Uncharted games. I really, really love a good, strong, story-driven, third-person action-adventure game which is why I love Fallen Order so much. Like, they might as well have made that game for me. And if you're exploring temples and stuff on top of that, if you're doing Indiana Jones stuff, that's even better. So that's why I love Uncharted and, again, Fallen Order. So I guess it depends what your priorities are. I mean, like, PlayStation and Switch, like, a console's easier, but PC is just going to have more power. It's upgradable. I think that there's fewer exclusive titles, I guess. It's not true all the time, like PlayStation and Xbox. Well, PlayStation has a lot of exclusives. Xbox, since Microsoft owns them, will often share with PC. But yeah, I love my Switch, honestly. Like, that's great for just some casual, fun, easy gaming. Missed a step here. As for Star Wars games, Fallen Order, that is probably my favorite Star Wars game of all time. You can go on, like, goodoldgames.com and get tons of stuff, like Shadows of the Empire. You can get Rogue Squadron. Like, a bunch of old N64 games are now on PC thanks to Good Old Games.
Mac.
We're talking favorite Star Wars video games.
Ooh. You know,
I've always loved the Dark Forces games, and, like, well, here's another pro for the Switch. It's got Star Wars Pinball on it, which, like, it sounds like a joke, but I do love pinball.
yeah.
But they're also doing Pod Racer.
Mm-hmm. Not yet, though.
Not
right?
yet, but they have released Jedi Knight 2 and Jedi Academy. Those are on the Switch already. So, like, the Switch is getting, like, a retro Star Wars game renaissance going on right now.
Yeah. I'm excited to play the pod racing game on the Switch. I really liked playing Shadows of the Empire on N64. I wasn't a huge gamer growing up. And I'm just not very good at video games. I don't have the attention span for most of them. However, Animal Crossing is blowing my mind right now.
It's a gateway drug, I think.
I hope so.
It's you're taking your first steps into a larger world.
Yeah. I mean, I love getting to work with EA on Star Wars games whenever they will have us. And, you know, I've tried my best at Battlefront 2 and Fallen Order.
Well, like, Battlefront 2's fun. It's just, I'm not a huge FPS guy. I don't know. I don't like to spend hours and hours, like, grinding at a first-person shooter game just to be good at it, just to be competitive and not die every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
I tend to like one-player story-driven games.
Yeah.
Which there are a ton of those for Star Wars, just not a ton more recently, unfortunately. But hopefully that changes. We'll get our Fallen Order sequel. Fingers crossed.
And you play mostly on...
I don't know what he just took, but...
He plays mostly on PC. I can play on PC or with a controller. I don't mind, really, either way.
The lens cap.
Oh.
Hilo's trying to steal our stuff.
Always.
Oh my gosh.
No. You just knocked over someone.
Bail Organa.
Bail, no.
John Booz, thank you for the super chat. If you guys joined the Star Wars story group, what is something you would retcon or change to make Star Wars feel good to you? You'd bring on the Vong. That's not an opinion I hear a lot. And I'm someone who liked the Yuuzhan Vong. Like, I've heard the argument that the Yuuzhan Vong are too Star Trek. They're more like sci-fi. And I know George Lucas wasn't a huge fan of them because he didn't like the idea of some creature existing outside of the Force. But they were almost brought into the Clone Wars. They would have been altered, but they were trying to, like, keep Legends a little bit consistent when they could. But George was going to change a lot about how they operated. I would probably, first of all, like, the story group is like, I think a lot of people assume that we'd be a shoo-in because, like, we know a lot about Star Wars, and, like, that's not their job. Some of them, yes. Leland Chee is the keeper of the holocron. But there's a lot more to it than just knowing Star Wars trivia. And, like, I don't consider myself to be a writer or, oh no. Where'd that come from?
I don't know. Hilo's mouth.
Oh, shoot up a piece of something.
I don't know what I would change or retcon necessarily. I would put the Bothans in there somewhere. Give us Bothans.
I think I'd probably prioritize getting, like, the Darth Bane story. I talk about this a lot, but I just love those books so much. I really would. I would just get Drew Karpyshyn, come on back, do it again. Same thing you did, like, give us another awesome story. Maybe you shift some things around.
Yeah. Where are we at? Hilo.
That's fine. He can have that.
Our animals are testing us tonight. Mike Geheb? Thank you so much for the super chat. If they ever decide to do the Old Republic era, do you think they would bring some of the writers who did the books of the Old Republic, like Miller, Anderson, and Beach? How do you say it?
Veitch?
Veitch?
That's how I've always said it.
Oh, okay, Veitch to write about it. That would be cool, because, like, I know you were a big fan of the X-Wing books, and that you would love if Michael Stackpole came back to help create something.
Yeah, I do like the Old Republic books. I have not played the Old Republic game, but the books help me feel like I know at least a little bit of that side of the universe. I'd be fine with that. I don't know that would happen. I don't know why. It just, except for Zahn, it seems like they're mostly going for, like, newer talent, which I think has, for the most part, worked out very well. Like Claudia Gray, Delilah Dawson, like, they're starting to get some of these regulars coming back over and over. Charles Soule. But I would be all for seeing some familiar faces, like James Luceno.
Yeah.
He wrote 2 books, and we haven't seen him since.
Bring him back to tell the Palpatine story.
Oh, I think I found...
Did you find where the piece that Hilo ate goes?
Yep, I sure did.
Is it still usable?
It's battle damage. We'll see. I don't think so.
We got some carbon scoring.
It's fine. I'll put it on the side that won't be on display.
Spoons.
That's what it's like to have a puppy.
Yeah. Spoons O'Tunes. That's a very fun screen name. Thank you for the super chat. Currently building the UCS Falcon with my girlfriend.
Woof. It's a big one.
Oh yeah. What's your most valuable collectible you currently own / wish you owned?
Uh,
I think I know the answer to this.
That?
No.
Or that?
That.
Well, I'm trying to...
I don't want to get it out.
We can get it out. Probably this. This is, like, I'm not a huge collector, but I did bring it upon myself to be like, I'm going to get every single Biggs thing that I can. And I have done that. Unfortunately...
I don't know if you guys can see the Biggs shrine back here.
Unfortunately, the Funko Pop for Biggs was, of course, like... Who would have thought that it would be, like, this super limited release Comic-Con thing from, like, years and years ago? like 2012 or something. It's so hard to get. But yeah, I sat around and waited for someone on eBay to be halfway reasonable.
Yeah. Even then, it was a splurge, but
Yes.
he doesn't. He's not a money spender, really. He doesn't like shop or buy things for himself. So he toiled over the decision for quite a while, and I was like, you know what, just do it to celebrate something. We were celebrating something.
Might have been 100,000 subscribers. It was around that time, I think.
Yeah.
I'm trying to really jam this broken piece on there.
I basically said, treat yourself, and then he got it.
Yeah, this isn't.
For me, most valuable collectible currently owned would probably be the Graflex, the flash mount that they modeled the original Skywalker lightsaber out of. I found that when I used to work at a used camera shop, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is Luke's / Rey's lightsaber. And I asked if I could have it, and they said yes. I don't know how valuable that is, though.
It's just cool to have. I think it's more rare.
Yeah, it is. At this point in time, they are very rare to find. So that was, gosh, a few years ago.
Honestly, like, I'm trying to remember if that was more than a few years ago. Like, Rey might not have even existed at that point.
No.
So.
Yeah, this was before Force Awakens came out when I got that. But also there's a few like Buffy Funko Pops out there that again were like limited release, older release Funko Pops that are just ridiculously expensive. I think like vampire version of Spike and Angel, those are both really expensive on like eBay, but
We don't have those.
no, but it says wish
list
/ wish you owned.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know that I have anything off my wish list right now. It'll be whenever they release new big stuff. It's very stressful. So if they do like a tall Black Series bigs, I'll have to get that. But so at Celebration last year, Chicago, they had like little collectible bigs coins. What are these? It says this is not a toy. So there's that. Yeah, just special coins. And I was like, we're going to be so busy and I'm not going to have time to go find this thing. And we had two very nice fans get it for us and bring them over. And they both got hugs. 'Cause I was like, there's no way. I'm going to have to get it on eBay later.
Yeah. Oh, there was one more thing that I thought. Oh, we've already pre-ordered almost all the Baby Yoda stuff that we could possibly pre-order, but if I could just get the actual Baby Yoda puppet.
That's your wish list. That's a wish list.
I just want it. Just give it to me. Just give it to me.
I'm sure John will let you have it when he's done.
Oh. Garfo 00. I keep wanting to say 007, but it's just 2 zeros. Garfo 00. Thank you for the super chat. Would Fives and Tup?
Tup, yeah.
Oh. Would Fives and Tup have been dissected?
What's with the dark questions?
Why?
I don't. Maybe because Tup is the one whose chip malfunctions,
Oh.
and then Fives was like the one trying to figure out. He does figure out the conspiracy. Oh man, stuff I don't want to think about, but it wouldn't surprise me because the Republic didn't really view them as human, so I could see them being like, well, let's figure out what's going on here, and
Yeah, I mean, it would be like the Star Wars version of an autopsy.
Sounds more invasive to me, but but yeah, I guess it is an autopsy. It makes me feel a little better about it.
Yeah. What they do behind the scenes with our beloved fallen soldiers, I'll keep under wraps. Peter Flynn, thank you for the super chat. If there was a Kenobi show, how much would you love an episode about Uncle Owen being an a-hole to Obi-Wan, like he was in the comics? Cheers.
Yeah. I think you mean when.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. It's being delayed for reasons. Fine.
Everything is being delayed right now.
Well, it was going to be delayed before all this happened. But still, yeah, I desperately want Uncle Owen to be in it because Joel Edgerton is right there, and he said he wants to do it. And honestly, now that I think about it, like, Ewan McGregor's over here talking about, like, oh, you know, if they ask me, blah, blah, blah. And of course, he's known for years that this was going to happen.
Yeah.
So Joel Edgerton has said some similar stuff. I have to imagine that they've talked to him. Like, it's weird. I don't really want Luke to be in the show. I do want Uncle Owen to be in it.
Yeah. Do you want him to be mean to Obi-Wan like in the comics?
Well, yes and no. I mean...
He had good reason,
yeah,
I guess.
I thought the comics handled him very well. Like, it made it clear how protective of Luke he was, that he viewed Luke as a son.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the movies, all you really get is just this angry authority figure that's like, no, you can't go off to the academy. You gotta stay here and farm. And he's just the roadblock to get beyond Tatooine.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to him, and the comics did that very well. I would like to see the show do something similar.
Yeah. Peter Flynn, thank you. Oh, wait, no. I just read that. But thank you for the super chat, Peter Flynn. I should learn how to scroll down. Ross Lindari, thank you for the super chat. If you were in the Star Wars universe, what would you be? As in, what era, profession, ship, weapon, etc.? Just something fun to think about.
See, people ask this, and it's like, there's a different answer for what would I like to be versus, like, what would I be? I'd love to be an X-Wing pilot. Do I have the skills to be an X-Wing pilot?
Maybe.
Right now, me, today, I don't think so.
You would need some training.
Sure.
But, I mean, the Resistance they were pretty desperate.
That's true. All right, then yes, I'll be an X-Wing pilot. I won't be a Wedge Antilles. But I'll do that.
My fantasy character that I would want to be would be a rogue Jedi bounty hunter.
Like a rogue Jedi that is a bounty hunter, or a bounty hunter that hunts for rogue Jedi?
A rogue Jedi that is a bounty hunter also.
Well, then you wouldn't be a Jedi.
I would have a lightsaber.
You'd be a rogue Force user.
I would have a lightsaber and...
You'd probably be a fallen Jedi.
Okay, whatever it's called.
Or you could be like a Quinlan Vos type. He
Sure.
goes on investigations.
Yeah.
Occasionally falls to the dark side, but comes back.
I want to be like Dresden from Dresden Files, but in the Star Wars universe.
That's basically Quinlan Vos.
Okay. Then I want to be Quinlan Vos. Oh, Zach. Zach, thanks for the super chat. The sun may not be out, but those guns sure are.
All right.
It's talking about your arm muscles.
I know. That's our friend. Trying to make me blush.
Sun's out, guns out.
We have 4 lights in here, and it's hot.
Been doing those curls for the girls. Boom. Boom.
I just want to build my Legos without being embarrassed.
You shouldn't be embarrassed. You work hard for those. Oh. Oleoscar 2000, thank you for the super chat. Who's the better dad, Mando or Kratos?
Well, I haven't played God of War, but I'm gonna say Mando, based on what little I know.
Yeah, I've seen other people play some of God of War, but not all of it, and I've heard the basics of the story. But probably Mando. Yeah, he seemed very
He's very protective.
Dedicated on protecting Baby Yoda.
Kratos seems more like a shove you in the deep end kind of father.
Give him a little pat.
But I haven't played God of War, and that's another... I know that's on the PlayStation, and I've been told over and over again that I should play the new one. I should probably do that, because I have been itching for a different game. But I also have Half-Life Alyx that I would like to give a shot. And we're still playing Animal Crossing. I mean, those paths aren't going to make themselves.
Right. We've also talked about, like, I've never played a game like Uncharted, and I know you love the Uncharted games. I've watched some of the gameplay, but I don't know, maybe I could try it out. I mean, I still want to play Fallen Order, but I want to play it downstairs on the couch on the PlayStation, so we'd have to get it for PlayStation.
Yeah, we could Steam Link it down there.
Hilo, what you barking at? Can you just lay down and be cool?
He's so unpredictable. Like, we'll play with him all day. We'll walk him multiple times, and he'll be like, I'm still full of energy. And then some days it's like, it's raining out, and we can't take you outside, and we're, like, not able to do a bunch of stuff. And he's like, that's fine, I'll sleep all day. But whenever we want to stream, he's like, I'm going to eat all your Lego pieces and bork at things.
Yeah, he's not even a year old yet.
He's going to turn a year old in like 3 weeks, and we'll have to throw him a little birthday party.
Aww. I wish we could have him up here with us.
I mean, if he would just sit there like this, we could give him a little stand, and if he just sat there politely, that'd be one thing.
Puppies don't know how to be polite.
No, he does not. Hi. Yes.
Garfo00, thank you for another super chat. Would you have preferred if the Twin Sons episode of Rebels would have been more like the Legends comic about Obi-Wan, Maul, and Uncle Owen?
See, that one wasn't even Legends canon. It was made during the Legends thing, but it was like part of a comic called Star Wars Visionaries, where concept artists just kind of like wrote what ifs. And I think it was the first time someone threw out the idea that Maul survived and has been hunting Obi-Wan this whole time. And it is cool. Uncle Owen gets I'm pretty sure he's the one to kill Maul, which is neat.
Yeah, I remember reading about that when I first found out about it, and I was like, what?
So, I think I prefer Twin Sons.
Yeah, I do too.
As cool as the comic is, I agree it's cool. I think what we saw in Twin Sons meant more and it was more shocking. Because, yeah, we're all expecting this huge duel, and when it's over so fast, like, it shocked me, but in a, like, good way.
Agreed. Might do a Rebels rewatch sometime soon.
Well, we're gonna have to. When we finish Clone Wars commentaries, we'll do Rebels commentaries.
That's true. Kyle Barrett, thank you for the super chat. Why didn't Maul tell the Jedi who Sidious was during the Clone Wars?
It's one of those things where I'm like, I'm sure he had a reason of his own.
I think he probably, for selfish reasons, he probably wanted people to fear him more than anyone else.
I wonder if we're going to see an answer to that in the next 3 weeks. 2 weeks, I guess.
Yeah.
Sam Witwer teased that we're gonna see Maul do something, try something he hasn't tried before, and like the way he said it made me think that he might actually like try to help out Ahsoka or something. I don't know. So maybe he does drop some information, but it's too late at that point.
Like about Order 66?
Or Sidious, or both.
Yeah.
He's definitely talking about Order 66 in one of the trailers for season 7. He's like, it's coming. And it's like, we all know what he's talking about, but...
Yeah, that's interesting to think about.
Yeah, that's a good question. Like, it's one of those things where I'm like, there has to be a reason. I'm sure there was, but I don't know what it is right now.
I like your idea of them potentially covering it in the next couple episodes.
Maybe I'll revisit that idea when season 7 is over.
Caleb Diaz, thank you for the super chat. Sun's out, guns out, curls for the girls.
Sun's not even out.
Well, sun's not out today, but it's been out.
It's just lights out, like streaming lights out, guns out, I guess, because it's just, I get so hot.
Just don't do curls in the squat rack, guys.
By the end of
That's a big no-no, apparently.
by the end of the Malico stream, I was like just sweat all down my back. Part of that was just stress related, but it was also hot.
Yeah, it was like 2.5 hours of just peak stressfulness trying to beat him.
Go watch the Malico stream if you want the opposite of this, and it's just me screaming.
Well, we talked about doing a super cut of all the times that you were killed and just seeing your spirit slowly die.
Yep.
But then as you start getting a little bit better and better, it starts to come back a little bit. Jacob Pete, thank you for the super chat. I know Rosario Dawson was the bigger headline, but as a fan of Terminator and Aliens, I'm super excited.
Yeah, let's talk about Michael Biehn.
I'm super excited that Michael Biehn is in season 2 of The Mandalorian. Are you a fan of those films as well?
Jacob, I can see you're a man of taste. I love Michael Biehn. Alien 3 broke my heart because it just kills him in the first minute. That's a travesty. Michael Biehn Hicks should be around forever.
I had to look up his face because I couldn't remember who he was.
Yeah, so apparently he's going to play a bounty hunter or something. I'm sure it's a small role, at least this season. It'll probably be a 1-episode thing where he shows up, but hopefully it expands over time. I hope he joins the Space Avengers because, I mean, we lost Queel and IG-11.
Yeah.
So there's room in the roster. He's probably going to be a villain, antagonist of some kind if he's a bounty hunter. But yes, I really like Alien and Aliens. More than like they're very, very good. Terminator 1 and 2, same. And then
Terminator 2 is a near perfect film.
Oh yeah, that's like the action movie. After that, after 2 for both franchises, I'm like, okay, like I can take him or leave him. Like
Yeah.
I don't really hate Alien 3. I don't really remember Alien Resurrection.
I feel like I'm of the minority that I like Alien more than Aliens.
I think that's fine. I mean, you tend to prefer horror over action, and Alien is an action movie, or Alien is a horror movie. Aliens is an action movie.
Yeah, I love the suspense that gets built up throughout the movie, and I don't know. I saw those movies a little bit later in life, I guess, than most people, and I guess Aliens, compared to the first one, I was like, this is just all about action, and it's still good, but...
It's not all about action, it's about family.
Well, yeah. Still good. I don't know.
And Hicks Hicks is my boy. I was like, I remember being terrified he was going to die that whole movie, and he doesn't. Who'da thunk? Not me.
Spoons O'Tunes, thank you again for a super chat. Trivia, what is the name of the real-world island Octo is based?
Skellig.
Let me finish. And where in Ireland is it located? I'll be very impressed if you can get this.
I don't know where in Ireland that is.
But it's called Skellig?
Skellig Michael, I think. That sounds right to me.
That sounds right to me too.
I don't know where in Ireland at all.
South.
I was going to say the Moors, because that's just like an Irish sounding word, but I know that that's part of, it's like a swamp, right?
Oh.
But
I don't know enough about, I wish, I mean, I would love to go to Ireland one day. I'm looking to see if upper lower Ireland.
Upper lower Ireland.
Yeah, Skellig Michael was correct. Is it the South Coast?
Oh, did we Avengers that? Did we come together to accidentally get it right?
Maybe.
All right, I'm going to try to get this broken piece on here again, because why not? Oh, why'd you do this?
Yeah, we got a couple people saying it's South Coast, Southwest, off the coast of County Kerry in the Republic of Ireland. Nice. Okay, so yeah, with our forces combined, we can get trivia questions answered.
I always think it's funny. I'm far more likely to know something about the fake world of Star Wars than the real world.
Sure.
I remember. I think this was in Celebration Orlando. I did a little bit with Jenny Nicholson where she was interviewing me, and she would ask me a Star Wars question, and then she'd ask me the same question in the real world, like, name 5 Star Wars senators, and I would do it, and then she'd be like, all right, name 5 actual senators. Now I could do it. Couldn't then.
Is that on... I don't know what channel that video is on, but it's pretty funny. If you... I guess you would Google her...
I think it was on the Screen Junkies.
Her name and then...
That Millennial Falcon thing they used to do.
Oh, is that what it's called?
Mm-hmm.
Millennial Falcon. That's a great name for a show. Oh, I'm thinking about Celebration now, and
sorry.
every time it comes up, I'm just like, we're just so bummed. Like, between Celebration and Dragon Con, which Dragon Con came out and said that's the Labor Day weekend here in Atlanta convention that we do every year. They came out and straight up said that it's still happening as of right now, and everybody was like, that's a terrible idea, which it is. But yeah, just any big convention, I don't know that it should happen this year, which is sad to say.
It's a bummer, but
I hate it. I'm gonna maybe I'll just make a costume. If we all promise
we'll all do our own. We'll gather the YouTubers and we'll do like a celebration from home. We'll all do CouchCon together.
Yes. What was I gonna say? No, I was gonna say for Dragon Con we could all just agree to wear hazmat suits. Yeah. Hazmat
Problem
suits
solved.
and gloves, and then we can. Are we down to?
We're on the last 3 bags, and I'm just realizing I'm gonna try to fly through this bag because I just realized it's 2 more engines. But then we're done with engines. Been stuck on engines for a while. Like, I'm going through like 8 pages, then it's like, do the same thing again. Like, all right, fine.
You said that we would probably finish this
I think we will.
in this. Well, we have to eat dinner too.
I know. That's why I said I'm going to start going faster. Here we go.
But guys, I don't know anything about Celebration, whether or not it's happening, if they're gonna delay it or move it to next year. I have a feeling they don't want to move it to, well, obviously they don't want to move it, but they're gonna have to. And
I think that's the most likely condition right now. I mean, once Comic-Con moved, it's like everyone, and E3 too. It's like once these 2 giant conventions that happen every year are like, we're canceling, feels like everyone else is going to follow suit, but
yeah,
we'll see. Hopefully they still do something. Like, honestly, I'd be fine with doing a CouchCon if they were just going to like stream a bunch of news for 5 days. I think that'd be fun. It's not as fun as it would have been, but it's something.
it would be like how I spent where was Celebration before Orlando?
London.
Yeah, the London Star Wars Celebration. I remember just watching the live stream the whole time.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah.
Still, I wasn't even there, and that Thrawn reveal for the season 3 of Star Wars Rebels, I lost my mind.
Yeah.
I was running around the house.
But like we had tickets to the Star Wars Disney night at Galaxy's Edge. Ooh, sticker time. Which one?
2.
I guess
it doesn't matter.
It's a square.
Kylo Fett 1129. Thanks for the super chat. Your message was retracted. But thank you. If you want to unretract it down in the chat, we'll try to keep an eye out for it. Xavier Wooten, thank you for the super chat. Also, no message. We're happy to answer anything, but we'll keep an eye out in the chat there. In the chat.
See, we're losing it. I'm not losing my talent for stickers, though.
You're killing the stickers.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if Xavier had a question.
Or a Kylo Fett 1129.
In the meantime, Caleb Diaz, thank you for the super chat. What do you think of the new Star Wars Disney Plus show? So
the one that was announced yesterday?
I assume. I don't know of any other new ones.
A lot of people throwing around Afra for that, and because it said it would be female-centric, and...
But we just got the news about the audio drama.
There's that. We've been hearing a lot of rumors about an animated show for Afra, and... well, first of all, if there are rumors of an animated show, I would think that that's been in development for a long time, because animation takes forever.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think they'd all of a sudden just shift and make it live action. But they also said that it was in a different era than other Star Wars stories we've seen. So it could be High Republic, but I think that rules Afra out.
Mm-hmm. and
that is assuming the reporting on Variety is correct, but...
I kind of hope it's High Republic, because there are a few of the announced High Republic characters. There are definitely a few female characters that sound pretty kick-ass. So if it's anything to do with High Republic, I would love to see that in live action, because everything about the High Republic concept art just looks cool and like, I don't know, what
even if it's
flamboyant.
even if it's not one of the known characters that we've already learned a little bit about, but it's just a High Republic TV show, I'd be all about that, because that just seems... I want that era to continue to be developed. I don't want it to just be books and comics. Happy to have that for now.
Mm-hmm.
But I really want that to just continue to be its own thing. And it's like, hey, it's a High Republic show. Hey, we're getting High Republic movies now. High Republic video game.
Yeah.
Which I think recently Jordan Mason on Twitter from Cinelinx did some digging into trademarks, I think, and I think it was him, and he saw that it was trademarked for like action figures and video games, and like, so it has potential to be bigger than we initially thought, or they're initially leading on.
Yeah, I just, like we said earlier, Russian Doll was really, really good and creative. So I'm excited for what's to come.
Yeah, I hope it's something like weird and out there like Russian Doll was.
Yeah. Bradshaw's Studio, thank you for the super chat. No question attached, just some support. Thank you. If you do have a question, feel free to put it in the chat and I will try to find it. I meant to get out the May Star Wars schedule of things that was coming out, but until I find that, which probably won't be in this stream, but May 4th is coming up.
Yep. I'm excited about the Mandalorian behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, there's like so many things launching on May 4th.
It's gonna be a weird time because like now I can run this by you guys. That's normally the day that I do the canon timeline, and I'm still planning on doing that. But then it's like, oh, also the series finale of the Clone Wars is going to be on that day, and should I just cover that on the next day? Or what about the Mandalorian behind the scenes? Like, when do we cover that? And like, just a lot is happening on May 4th now.
But like, I don't know, would you guys want to see us cover the Mandalorian behind the scenes stuff? Because I don't know.
It depends on what they reveal. Like, if there's something that jumps out at me, I mean, yeah, we'll talk about it, but kind of depends on the content.
Yeah. But yeah, that's going to be a busy day for us. What else was I going to say about May 4th? You brought up the canon timeline.
Yep, that's coming. Been working on that for like a month now.
Have you guys, like, let me know in the chat if you guys have watched the previous canon timeline videos that he's done. Because they're long videos because it's the entire canon Star Wars timeline. But he works very hard to make them, and we've gotten compliments from some people that actually work at Lucasfilm on it, which is awesome. I'm getting a lot of yeses.
Thank you.
Yay!
Because they take a lot of time.
I always hope that like 1 year it'll go viral, but just so much is happening on May 4th.
Yeah. I mean, they are consistently our highest performing videos, so like the watch time alone.
Nice.
Like, I think last year's is coming up on 3 million views.
Wow.
Yeah. Spread out over a year, but like it consistently continues to get views, so.
Yeah. Well, it's a good way to just sit down and catch up / refresh your memory on just like everything that's happened in canon so far. Especially if you're like new to the franchise and you're trying to get a handle on, okay, when did this happen? When did this happen? And I think your parents tried to watch it, and your mom was like, I gave up after 10 minutes or so. Spoons o' tunes.
You're gonna enjoy saying that every single time.
Yes. Thank you for the super chat. How many Knights of Ren can you name?
Oh man, didn't we do this last week? And I don't know if I can remember any more besides Trudgeon. Trudgeon is still just the one that I know. Let me think. Nah, we need to like work on a mnemonic device for those. I don't know why Trudgeon sticks in my head so much.
Because it sounds like the perfect, like, mindless bad guy name. Trudgeon.
That's true.
Just trudging along. Being trudging. I've got the reference book here somewhere, but...
I think it's over there.
No. Can you name any more?
Trudgeon and Mudgeon and Sludgeon and Fudgeon.
Bludgeon.
Bludgeon, that's a good one.
Yeah.
See, I wish they'd just done something like that, like the Ghosts in Pac-Man.
Yeah.
Like, make them all rhyme. Make it easy on me. Why do I have to work so hard at this trivia all the time?
I mean, Daniel S. says Kylo Ren and Ren count too.
Well, okay, yes, I can name those two, but... those are leaders. They're leaders of the Knights of Ren.
Kyle.
I'm trying to think of Kyle.
Kyle.
Good old Kyle Ren.
Chad.
Yeah, I don't think I can get past Trudgeon today.
Oh, we got, let's see. Ushar.
Okay, yeah.
Trudgeon. Vikral. Ushar.
Vikral is one that every time I hear it, I'm like, I knew that one somewhere.
Aplek. Cardo. Kuruk.
Alright, I'm going to make Vikral the next one. So I'll get Trudgeon and Vikral next week when you ask me this same question.
Yes, Kyle Ren should be the new Matt, the radar technician. I don't know if we named all of them or not, but we named enough of them.
Well, I didn't name it. I named one.
Yeah, I'm reading through people in the chat. Richard Bolin, thank you so much for the super chat. 1, always down for more Mando content. Good to know. 2, building my 5th Jedi Starfighter this weekend. Obi-Wan's with the hyperdrive. Ooh, I like that one.
Oh yeah, I really like the hyperdrive rings.
Those are so cool.
I don't know why I like that tech so much, but just like the idea that, yeah, we know TIE fighters don't always have hyperdrives, but there's something out there that would let a starfighter get a hyperdrive. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Do we have any of the Starfighter Lego sets?
There's an X-Wing there.
No,
there's a
like
Snowspeeder there.
the Clone Wars.
Oh, yeah, I have one. And it came with, like, atolls. It was from the arc where... Well, not the arc, the episode where they go to... is it Udo Plutonia? The Tall's homeworld.
Yeah.
Which I don't even think that ship was in the episode. But they just made a Lego for it. Made a Lego set.
Some people are putting Hobbit names in the mix.
For the Knights of Ren.
Oin and Gloin, Balin Dwalin.
I can name all the hobbits. That I have.
That's some recent trivia.
I could do that before.
You almost always forget one though, but then
But then I can go back. There's 13 of them.
Yeah.
Give me a second.
Tyrannonati. Thank you for the super chat. On a scale of 1 to 66, how doomed do you think Jesse is, especially after the new clip for The Phantom Apprentice?
66 is the top. I'll go 60. I think chances are low. I'm just not expecting a happy ending for many people out of this. We know that Rex and Ahsoka survive. We know that Maul survives.
Yeah.
I'm not holding out hope for a lot of the characters. I'm just trying to prepare my heart.
I know. Like, are we going to see Ahsoka have to kill some clones?
Yes, absolutely. It's going to be awful.
Ooh. Oh, man. It's tough to think about. Flurry the Bear, thank you for the super chat. Now that the Rise of Skywalker is over, what do you think the meaning of Snoke's ring was? The comics focused in on it visually, as though there was an important meaning to it. Maybe that's how Palpatine controlled him?
I never noticed the comic focus. I only really remember it from the visual dictionary for The Last Jedi. I never thought... For the most part, the visual dictionaries are just like icing on the cake, like little extra flavor here and there.
Mm-hmm.
So I did think it was pretty cool that it was like, this ring is made of obsidian from Mustafar, I think. And it's got Dwarty glyphs on it, and at the time, I think that that's all. It was just flavor, and I don't think it meant anything. I don't hate that thought, what you're saying. If they were to retcon that and say it in a future story, that's fine with me, because the relationship between Snoke and Palpatine is still very vague. Nothing's confirmed. How did it work? Did he have his own mental facilities, or was he literally Palpatine the whole time? I'd really like some answers.
Yeah, I don't know, I feel like Rian Johnson put a lot of little details in, because was that in The Last Jedi where we got the ring stuff? I think Rian Johnson did a good job putting in a lot of little details that could then be revisited if a future storyteller wanted to focus in on it. But
well, it's like the ring is just part of the costume, as far as I was concerned. It's just he wears a gold cape and he's got a big old black ring. Like, look at this fancy man.
Yeah. But JJ could have had a line in there somewhere that about the ring being how he controlled Snoke. But honestly, it's not needed.
Yeah, well, I don't think most people who saw The Last Jedi knew anything about that ring. They just saw a ring and were like, okay.
Yeah.
And then it was us nutty people that were like, oh, the visual dictionary says it's from Mustafar, it's got Dwarty glyphs, and that's pretty interesting.
Mm-hmm.
So I just try to keep myself in the mindset of, well, no one else would know what that meant. Even if they spelled it out where he's like, Snoke had a ring and I controlled him through it, people would be like, what?
Yeah.
That mattered?
There's a lot of stuff about Snoke that just... Everybody thought he was going to be super important, and then that all went down the toilet real fast.
And then it was just muddled even more when they had him in a pickle jar.
Oh, yeah. And just so many unanswered questions after The Rise of Skywalker, but that's
They'll come out eventually.
It's to be expected. You had to cram so much into one movie to finish out the Skywalker saga that it's like...
I mean, I still think there are vague, unanswered questions in the prequels, so, like, I'm not trying to slam The Rise of Skywalker, because it's like...
What's an example?
Sifo Dyas.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can figure out the answer, and like, but it's
that just... it was a typo?
Yes. Well, but even beyond, in the story, it's like, this is so convoluted. Like, Sifo Dyas has always annoyed me. But grown past it. It's just like, why did you make it so complicated?
Oh, Flurry the Bear, thank you again for a super chat. Who or what are the Duardi? You just mentioned their hieroglyphics. Right?
Yeah, they are in the prequel. Well, not them specifically. Palpatine has like statues of them.
In his office.
Yeah. So they were like ancient. I don't remember if they were Sith or just Force philosophers of some kind. They had some dark side affiliation. That's kind of it.
Could they have been kind of like the Mortis guys?
Maybe. Like, we don't know much about them.
Force wielders?
Like, all of this stuff, I think, has mostly been just spelled out in visual dictionaries.
Yeah.
Which, again, it's just like flavoring, and it doesn't mean much, but and then Pablo will go and put Dwarty glyphs on Snoke's ring, and we'll be like, oh, it's that thing from the other visual dictionary, which ultimately doesn't mean that much. It's just fun.
Yeah, it's a fun little connection that doesn't have to mean anything.
Yes. But it's fun to speculate on what it could mean.
Yeah.
Like, I like doing that. I just don't ever put too much stock in my own thoughts, because I know that I'm talking about these two obscure reference books that most people haven't read.
Yes. Dave B, thank you for the super chat. My favorite characters: Ahsoka, Asajj, Afra. Pick your favorites. Leia, R2-D2.
I think Dave means of those three.
Oh.
Maybe, I don't know.
I was just gonna ramble off.
Okay, do that.
Well, I think Leia and R2-D2, just because R2, I've talked about this many times before, but nothing would have gotten done without his help.
Dave says, ramble away.
Nothing would have gotten done without R2's help, and yeah, he's awesome. And I gotta say, I love Rey. The sequel trilogy brought back, or reinvigorated my love for Star Wars in a big way. And I like seeing powerful female characters. That one went on a little crooked.
I will never forgive you.
I'm sorry. But also between Ahsoka, Asajj, and Afra, I'd still say Ahsoka. I mentioned that earlier, that she was my favorite from the Clone Wars, but Asajj is pretty cool. And her continuing storyline in Dark Disciple is really cool too, and I wish that had been animated.
Me too.
Like it was going to be.
But of those three, Afra's my girl. She's evil, not evil. She's a troublemaking space Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Space Indiana Jones is all I needed to hear. So yeah, I love Afra, and her comic has been so weird constantly, and in the best way. Like, I love that I can talk about that Force-sensitive fungus. Like, that's so ridiculous, but within the context, like, they build it up into this thing where I'm like, yeah, I buy it, I get it. I love Afra, I love her comic. I'm thrilled about the audio drama. Mm-hmm. I was a little bummed to see that it's like an adaptation of her meeting Vader from the comic from 2015, but the editor at Del Rey tweeted that it's like really taken on a life of its own. We're going to get to see a lot more of what she did, because she's never the focus of that comic, so I think that there's still going to be a lot to get out of
that. Flurry the Bear, thank you for another super chat. Whatever happened to Quinlan Voss? Do you think he could show up in the Kenobi series?
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. I would love to see live action Quinlan Voss.
Well, you can in the Phantom Menace.
Well, you know what I mean.
I know.
I can't think of names right now, but I can think of a handful of actors that I think would be really good to play Quinlan Voss.
Can you name what they've been in?
No.
I wouldn't expect it because the TV shows are The Mandalorian had a huge audience.
I just thought of one. The guy from Walking Dead that had the tiger.
Oh, Ezekiel? I think he's a little old, but there is a time jump, so I do like him.
Yeah.
Not that we haven't kept up with Walking Dead for a while, but when we were watching it, I liked Ezekiel. So The Mandalorian had a huge audience. I assume the Kenobi series will, unless they can really frame who Quinlan Voss is to the more casual Star Wars fan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see him playing a huge part, but they could easily just have him, like, Kenobi would recognize him, and they could just be like, he survived Order 66, which we are pretty sure that he did, thanks to the Darth Vader comic. So I think there's a way to frame it. I just wouldn't expect it.
Yeah, I have a feeling the Obi-Wan series might not have that many people in it.
I agree. I think
unless there are just like tons of flashbacks and
flashbacks could work.
Memories, and just yeah. But yeah, I don't know. Spoons O'Tunes back in the super chat. Thank you. Opening of episode 3 takes place as Clone Wars episode 9 starts, meaning we're not going to see Grievous kill Shaak Ti or kidnap Papa Palps. Waited for that moment since 2008. Crying face.
Aw.
Ugh.
Yeah, I think they're really going to focus on what Ahsoka is going through. Like, we know the basics of what happened at the Battle of Coruscant, so I don't think they're going to spend a lot of time there.
Mm-hmm.
Also, the Shaak Ti thing, it's funny, we're going to talk about this in our Q&A on Saturday, which we recorded earlier. That version of her death is not the canon one. Like, you can see Shaak Ti throughout the rest of Revenge of the Sith. So that deleted scene is not her death. Although they did reference it a little bit. Just the fact that she was protecting Palpatine.
So her canon death is Anakin.
Anakin kills her while she's, like, meditating in the Jedi Temple.
What a bummer. I mean, it's all... everything...
None of it's happy.
Yeah. All of Anakin's killing innocent people, it's all bummers, but... Oh, did you finish the engines?
Engines are done.
Yay! Give the people a close-up of the engines, because they look good from the side. Or from the back.
Oh, this is heavy.
Pew, pew, pew. That's not the pew, pew end.
Nope.
That's the vroom, vroom end.
Alright, that was like half an hour on that bag, so we got like an hour left, but I don't want to do... Okay, why don't we do this? We can end for today, finish going through the chat, because we haven't eaten dinner, and it's almost 9.
Yeah.
So, we can end for the day. We'll finish it next week, but we should also have one of the helmets, and those are supposed to be smaller. So we can do this and a helmet, and then after that we can do the Porg and another helmet.
Yeah. Sounds good.
All right.
Matt Thornton, thank you for the super chat. Remember Sabine's monologue in the last episode of Rebels? Could Ahsoka have one for Clone Wars? Like, could she have like an ending monologue?
I would not be surprised if Filoni kind of did the ending he wanted to do for Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels, like a similar. And here's how it all went down.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think we're gonna see some stuff that we saw referenced in the Ahsoka book.
Oh, I hope so.
Her and Rex faking their deaths, burying her lightsabers, walking away from it all. I could see there being a monologue over that.
That would be really cool. Rick Villanueva, thank you for the super chat. How are your thumbs after that Malicos battle and all the Legos, Alex?
They're fine. My thumbs have been training for Malicos since I was very young. I've beat Super Meat Boy, so I'm...
Is that a PC game, or...?
It's on... I got it on Switch, too, which I beat it. I've beat Super Meat Boy twice.
Another game that I can't understand playing.
I love Super Meat Boy. I love being frustrated by games for some reason. So, yeah, my thumbs are fine. They've been through a lot already.
And then D. Tori, thank you for the super chat. What is your opinion of watching the machete order of the movies? So 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 6.
Yeah, so that preserves the surprise of Vader being Luke's father. And then you jump back and you get his whole story. And then you watch 6. Yeah, I like the idea. We've actually never done it. I think it's fun. I wouldn't recommend it for, like, getting someone into Star Wars necessarily. I think...
Yeah, I always say, like, if anyone asks, what order should I watch them in? We always say chronologically released.
Yes. So, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3...
Rogue
7.
Rogue 7. One, Rogue One.
8. Solo. 9. Yeah. Solo is one that feels like a bit of an outlier because I don't think it does anything to reference 9 or 8. But like Rogue One sets something up in The Last Jedi. There's always just this idea that whatever came before is influencing this thing, even if the new thing takes place before.
Mm-hmm. I do, like, if I were to change my opinion, I could say, yeah, watch Rogue One before A New Hope, because it just, like, seamlessly kind of goes in.
Yeah. And that's true. I just saw Rural Farm Boy say evening, and the Tantive IV is looking good. I wanted to say hey because I see him on Twitter giving us shout outs all the time. So thanks for that. And thanks for stopping by the chat.
Yeah. Yeah, it is starting to take shape for sure.
It looks like the Tantive IV. I just gotta finish the shell here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm happy with this.
And then once it's done, I'm gonna touch it a whole bunch and see what moves on it and probably break it.
I told you could put it in your office, and now I'm like, I want it, but you can have it.
I did pick this one out.
You did. You can have it. It's fine.
All right.
Yeah, we're going to go grab some dinner.
Yes.
Thank you guys for hanging out for almost 2 hours. We're going to keep on streaming. We'll be back next week, Tuesday, with another Fallen Order stream, which is going to be a lot more chill. I think I'm going to spend some time collecting stim packs because I need them. And then we'll finish this next Thursday. But yeah, this has been so much fun. Just streaming and hanging out with all you guys. So thank you for all the questions. Thank you for the super chats, for the likes. If you're patrons, thank you for that as well. Thanks for everything, guys.
We got one last minute trivia from Spoons or Tunes. Name the Beckett gang member that died on Mimban.
Oh, that's good. That's so the movie cuts him out for the most part. You can see him, but they don't make a deal of him.
Oh.
But he's in the novelization and he's in the Art of Solo book. And I don't think I can pull it right now. But that's a really good question. Like, that's one of those ones where I'm like, I definitely knew that at one point.
You stumped him.
Corvar? Is that Rural Farm Boy saying?
Corvar? Does that sound right?
Maybe. Spoons of June says, gotcha.
Yep. That's a good one to end on.
Yeah.
Always nice.
Like, well, I mean,
Well, now he's getting the book out.
look what you did. And I don't even know, I don't remember where in the book it was.
I could just look it up.
I'll race you. Gotta find Beckett's gang. Page 99. I'm on my way.
Oh. My phone thinks I'm talking about cars.
You know, I've noticed lately that my autocorrect is changing normal words into Star Wars words, and it's really annoying. Corso.
Corso?
That's what this says.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Korso. You beat me to it. Technology is worthless. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. And we are going to go eat some food and chill out. But
Bye, guys.
we'll be back on the streams next week. Bye.